Welcome back to Criticalism, everybody, where we examine the latest indie films and home releases and also spotlight other critics you might be missing. I'm Matt Rowe, as you know, and if you like what we do here, make sure you give us some thumbs up, ding the subscription bell, and stick around to the end where I'll be reading and responding to recent comments. I have published nothing in the last week, and I know y'all are going to start saying that I need to review more, and I'm doing my best, damn it! But I have actually turned in a few reviews recently, they just haven't been published yet, so keep your eyes open. But since there's nothing else for me to report, I'm going to spotlight a few critics that I think are really upping their game. Over on Film Inquiry, Alex Lyons has provided us a small rundown of a pair of films from this year's 10th annual Korean Film Festival in Australia. Alex writes, "With 22 films within its program, 13 of which are Australian premieres, I've had the pleasure of previewing 2 of the festival's best films, with each packing a serious punch in their own unique ways. This piece focuses on Lee Won-tae's The Gangster, the Cop, the Devil, and Take Point by Kim Byung-woo, and it's a really interesting read. I wasn't even aware that there was a Korean film fest in Australia, let alone one that's been running for a decade. Look at us, learning new stuff every day. Links to the movies and reviews are beneath me." Next, we have a new video from the YouTube channel Style is Substance, exploring possible feminist imagery and themes in Sergei Eisenstein's Battleship Temkin, more specifically, the Odessa Steppe sequence. The video offers an interesting interpretation of the composition and blocking of the famous sequence, and manages to break down its premise with an overall conciseness, though not particularly flashy in the editing department, with its narration being a bit weirdly paced. It offers a unique perspective on a movie that has been debated for the better part of a century. If you've taken a single film history or analytical course, you're going to run across Temkin, and if you're into analytical re-examinations of classic cinema, this video's for you. Link in the scribbly-doo. And finally, I wanted to spotlight the 3-minute analysis video of the 1987 romantic comedy horror film A Chinese Ghost Story, produced by the East Asian Cinema Club. A very tiny channel, it has constructed a Western celebration of East Asian cinema with a particular focus on the role colonialism played in shaping its cinematic experience. While otherwise focused on long-form analysis, this new entry is a brief and effective examination of a film that honestly doesn't get nearly enough attention, even though it is often cited as one of the best Chinese movies ever made. Parsing some of its history and time with its themes, narrative, and execution, the video is a brisk, abbreviated journey through the conventions of 80s Chinese cinema, and hopefully is a sign of more analytical videos to come. And as we come to the end of this roundup, we have a few recent comments from y'all that we've received. Max Rother wrote on our Kite episode of Anime Academia, "I bought Kite in a pawn shop, definitely one of the best decisions I've ever made." Max, I don't know if owning a copy of Kite is a good or a bad thing, but you're already a step ahead of me. However popular my video might become, I still do not own a hard copy of that anime or the live-action adaptation with Samuel L. Jackson, so I need to get on that, don't I? And on our most recent episode of Shitflix for Beyond Skyline, Ian Gillum wrote, "I quite enjoy the bleakness of Skyline." Well, Ian, that's good for you, my dude. Film is subjective, and if you get something out of the Skyline movies, that's great. I just can't do it. It's like if I'm allergic to ham and cheese, but I'm being forced to house an entire deli counter. Thanks for sticking down to the end, guys. What'd you think of the movies, the reviews? Checked out the others I mentioned. Let us know your thoughts in the comments section. All socials and Patreon in the script, and I'll check y'all next week. Until next time.
Made possible by contributions from viewers like you. Thank you.